Welcome to session 2 of the Ultimate Introduction to Building a Digital Marketing Strategy. Thanks for rejoining me at Normanby Hall. So where to start with your digital marketing strategy? And really the best place to start is at the end. So if you're going to invest time and money into promoting your business online, then think about actually where are you going to send people if you've got editorial in an online magazine. What link are you going to put in there? Are you sending them through to a website, or maybe you've only got a Facebook page? If you've got a website, or maybe you are just using a Facebook page, look at that with a really critical eye and think about what's your goal or objective. If it's to generate sales for your business, then is it obvious to the user how they make a purchase or make a booking or buy a ticket? If it's to generate leads, then think about actually, is my contact form easy to use? Is my telephone number on every page? If you're just after market share, then is it obvious what makes you different to your competitors? And also, is it obvious what business website they've landed on? Which may sound a little bit silly to say, but some websites you go on and you don't even click the name of the business. So review your website or your landing page or your Facebook page with a critical eye and think, is this the best place to send people to? The next thing to look at is to really think about your customers. The more you know about your customers, the more effective any of your marketing will be, not just your digital marketing. And quite often what I found is that businesses have maybe 4 or 5 different groups of customers or different types of customers. They really kind of drill down onto not just the simple things like their gender or where they live or what their occupation is or what their salary might be, but actually their motivations for interacting with your business or their behaviours for when they're making a purchase from your business. So by that I mean when they are looking for somewhere to stay in Lincolnshire, are they looking for that opportunity? Are they looking for it during the day? And are they going to ring you up to make a booking? Or are they looking on an evening when they're sat relaxing with their partner or their family and they're searching on the internet and actually they're looking at your website and a few other websites? Have you got the opportunity to book on your website? If someone rang you at 10:30 at night, would you be there to take that call? You may be, but it might be unlikely. But someone might be on your website at that time and actually want to make that booking. So really try to understand their behaviour in terms of their purchasing and their motivations for wanting to interact with your business. It's also important to think about what you're projecting as a brand. And this is a brand key, this is a sort of well-used marketing model, and everything on the left-hand side of the brand key relates to rational truths about your business, and everything on the right-hand side of the brand key relates to emotional benefits about your business. So what do I mean by that? So really think about your business and what makes you different or special from other businesses. What are you offering your customers? What's absolutely true about your business? So you would put that on the rational side. But then think about really what personality do you want your business to project? How do you want people to feel when they interact with your business? And everything that you do and say needs to be within this brand key and how it's sort of projected out there. What do you want people to take away? How are you wanting them to feel about your business? So if I was looking for a lovely cottage to stay in, me and my dog on holiday, I'd be looking for something that would make me feel relaxed and make my dog feel relaxed and make me feel comfortable, and I'd want to know that I could enjoy the entire experience and I wasn't going to be disturbed and it was full of peace and quiet. So I'd be looking for someone that was projecting some tranquility across their communications. So really think about your brand and what you're putting out there. The next element of your digital marketing strategy is to look at the competition, and to look at competition in a really broad fashion, because then it gives you the opportunity to see on the horizon maybe potential threats to your business. It's from a very simplistic point of view. If you look at the example of Blockbuster Video, so they always believed that they were in video rental, but actually they were in-home entertainment, and so they kind of missed the opportunity that came from that different sector, different product that was sort of Netflix and streaming at home. So as a visitor attraction, what does that mean for you? So I'm here in the stunning Normanby Hall, which is a museum and country park. So to them, maybe there is another museum that offers a really immersive experience, something that you can totally get involved in. It might be really super interactive for all elements of the family. So that would be a different sector, but the same product. If it's in the same sector but a different product, it might be something that's an art gallery that would compete with the museum element. So it's likely to attract the same type of person. The motivations for visiting are potentially similar in that people will come along to learn about history or to reflect and think about past times and look at beautiful artworks which are also hanging in the museum. But also, are there other visitor attractions that might appeal to your customer base? And think about actually where people are spending their money. So their money and their time could be taken up by an alternative visitor attraction that's really not in the same sector or delivering the same product as yourself. So just look at it from a really broad arena to get that maximum picture of what's happening with competition. The final sort of key point of your marketing strategy is to think about what that objective was at the start and actually how you are going to measure whether you've achieved it. So it's really important, if you are undertaking any digital marketing activity, that you know that you are getting a return on investment. Whilst it's not always terribly costly in terms of pounds, some digital marketing activity can be time consuming. So think about how that is going to translate for your business in terms of money coming in. Are you going to be measuring things like engagement? Are you going to be measuring views? Are you looking at measuring leads that come in? Or are you just going to look at the sales that come through your website? There's a really nifty tool that's available, Google Analytics. It's free. It's a little bit of code that goes in the back end of your website, and it allows you to track people. And the key thing that it allows you to do is to see where people have come from who come to your website. So if you've invested money or time into a social media campaign or placed adverts, or you've been working really hard at your SEO, then you'd know through using Google Analytics whether that had an impact on the performance of your website or the number of customers that were coming through to your website. The very final part is to really consider your budget. So how much is it going to cost your business to embark on a digital marketing strategy? And try to break that down to look at actually how many customers do you think it's going to deliver, and work out how much it's going to cost to acquire that customer. And then you can work out if there's enough profit in the activity for you to actually be able to undertake it. So we call that cost per acquisition. And in some cases, it may be that your cost per acquisition is more than the initial value of the customer. And in some cases, that's fine. If you know that your customers or guests or visitors come back on a frequent basis, then you start and look at your cost to retain the customer. So if you spend some money and customers come to your business, but you don't make profit on them on the first sale or the second sale, but you know that by the third, fourth and fifth sale you're well into profit, then you want to be working really hard to get your customer retention strategy lined up. We'd love all your customers to come back. That's maybe a little bit pie in the sky. So let's say 90% of your customers to come back. So you get 90% of your customers coming back. It doesn't matter that your acquisition cost is a little bit too high if you can retain those customers and start and turn a profit later on. Thanks for joining me for session 2 of the Ultimate Introduction to Building a Digital Marketing Strategy. In session 3, we'll look at the elements of the digital toolbox.